and welcome to Decor It Yourself. Winter is upon us, so it's the perfect time of year to make our homes cozy and festive. Whether you're hosting a holiday, throwing a dinner party, or just want respite from the cold, you need a warm welcome upon your arrival home. What better way to create this than making our own wreaths for our front door? For our first wreath, we're creating a woodland scene. We will need a cardboard wreath form, some green moss, a hot glue gun, a handful of old corks, and a knife. Take your wreath form that you cut out of an old piece of cardboard and lay your moss out covering the whole thing. Once it's all placed where you want it, use your hot glue gun to glue down the pieces of moss in sections. After all of your moss is attached, go through each piece to make sure they are all securely on there. Reinforce where necessary. We added a few more patches of moss here and there to give our wreath more depth. You can reinforce with floral wire if need be, but ours was secure enough without it. For the adornments, we're using old wine corks from last week's episode to make the cutest little mushrooms you've ever seen. I was inspired by the ones my paper crane made out of radishes. For ours, simply cut one cork in half lengthwise to get your bottom stem shape. Then, cut the second one in half for the top of the mushroom and use your knife to make a beveled edge on one side to make the quintessential mushroom dome shape. Take a long straight pin and push all the way through the stem to attach the mushroom cap on top. Then, push a second pin halfway through the stem so you have something to attach the mushroom to the wreath with. Once you have all of your mushrooms complete, paint them red and white with polka dots. Attach your mushrooms by gluing the end of the pin and push that end into the wreath. Hang and enjoy. When we return, I'll show you more wreaths.
Watching Threadbanger.
Welcome back. In my humble opinion, I think our homes should smell as lovely as they look. So let's add an aromatic element to this next wreath. Again, cut a ring out of old cardboard, this time a little smaller. Next, take out some pretty fabric and cut a long strip that's about 3 inches thick. Tack down one end with glue, then wrap the rest of the fabric around the ring covering all of the cardboard. When you reach the end, extend the remainder of the fabric from the ring, making sure to glue it in place, then tie a knot at the end to hang it. Now, get yourself some long cinnamon sticks and break them down to 3 to 4 inch pieces. With your glue gun, start gluing the sticks onto the donut and keep filling in until you can't see any of the fabric. And voila! You have an aromatic wreath perfect for the holidays. I also love this mod white wreath featured by Prairie Mod. This is a really rad ruffle wreath made out of used books by Living with Lindsay. Martha's Forest Floor wreath also gives a warm woodland feel. Check out last year's Threadbanger roundup of DIY wreaths by Lee Meredith, especially the succulent wreath by Giant Squid. And lastly, read this roundup by Marta Wrights for even more inspiration. Thanks so much for joining us. How are you warming up your home for the winter season? Let us know in a comment below. And be sure to send us photos of your holiday decor, as we'd love to see what you're making. See you next week, and remember, your nest needs you.